Hello, fair listener. Welcome and thank you for following our journey on metagaming by Rum Propelled Gaming. Fair warning, sometimes we are not safe for work, and others not safe for real life. Journey forth at your own risk. Now let's dive right back into Tarath through the campaign Many Polos. Bloody Craig.
Fucking Craig.
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 The hand of fate tosses, the dice rolls, spins, turns. A campaign starts and ends, leaving memories that become stories. Stories flow out into the infinite sea, painting it with legends. Legends wash up on the shores throughout the infinite sea, fading to myth, until myths are forgotten. And again, the hand of fate tosses, the dice rolls, spins, turns. Hitherto, we left our adventurers known as the Shadow Seekers on the second level of hell, Lust, where they found themselves after solving the next side on the Tridecahedron in a rush, trying to escape the quickly flooding astral ship prison of Kai Shen. Pressing that newly solved side on the Tridecahedron, they dropped into a sweltering heat, water dripping and evaporating briskly off of them in the blistering heat of a desert oasis, with what appears to be a tavern called the Crusty Mummy. While they were all holding hands in front of it. On their way into the Crusty Mummy, before entering the Crusty Mummy, they put all of their torques into a lock-lead box in the pocket rocket. And, okay, there we go. The Shadow Seekers enter the Crusty Mummy and order food from the barkeep, while Franklin and Faust jump down the well in the center of the tavern. There they meet the Frog King, who Franklin pays for information and to not be attacked. They learned about the Frog King being a ferryman to the different parts of the second level of Hell, Hell's Waste, via the aqueducts underneath it all. He does, though, require a steep price of 1,000 gold to their destination of the Demon Queen's castle, and another 1,000 gold for safe passage while inside the aqueducts, plus a favor for each service, though it was negotiated that one of the services could be breaking the seal on this level of hell, as they test that they can do such and have done so in the past. The Crusty Mummy above in the tavern confirms with the rest of the Shadow Seekers while they eat the meal they ordered. And after they're finished with their meal, Franklin and Faust, the rest of the Shadow Seekers finish with their meal. Franklin and Faust come back out of the well, Frog King following quickly with the promised plants that he said he would harvest for some of Franklin's promised larvae, which he'll eventually give him, he seems confident of. And he, at this point, informs the Shadow Seekers that the favor they could complete for him is finding a relic of the past in the ruins of the desert. Making a deal with the Frog King to travel quickly to the ruins in the middle of the desert to find the relic, who also gave them the seeds for their pocket rocket oasis. Oh, yeah. At this point, Faust casts legend lore and learns that the pyramids where the relics are death trap infested treasure hoards from ages before, guarded by the undead mummy lords who used to share rule on the second level of hell before the Demon Queen killed them all and buried them in their pyramids. Ash then dickers for a cheaper price for the express route to the pyramid and is able to get it down to 200 gold. Swooshing into the middle of the pyramid after the short rest in the pocket rocket, exploration goes well, clearing several rooms of trapdoors and killing a small group of mummies. Then finding a mimic hidden amongst the coffins of the mummies, the Shadow Seekers let Bob take Bob the Talking Skull possess a new form in the Mimic. Afterwards, they deftly take down a mummy lord and loot the treasure, only losing a portion of Ezra's tail to a trap along the way. In the treasure hoard, they find a chest of desire and ignore everything else. Faust immediately requests a helm of teleportation after after Ash request for the Dragon's Truth belt, confirming that this is a chest of desire, and they snap into existence a day's ride, it looks like, from the Demon Queen's Cliff Castle. Let's find out what happens this time.
Cliff, Jesus fucking
We've got to make it to the castle. Also, I think
Ezra must bash doors.
I think Bob was a camel, and Ash was riding on Bob as we were trudging the last hour traverse or last day's traverse to the castle.
Yep.
So
Yep.
mimics are sticky, right? So it's a sticky camel. Sticky camel would be a great name for a weed strain.
Wait, why is it a sticky camel?
Because mimics are sticky.
Are mimics sticky?
Mimics are sticky.
That's how they trap you. Like if you touch them, they just. I don't know if that sound came through or not, but
very little of it did. So I'm not gonna fall off the back of this camel because I am stuck to it.
And
Now
Bob,
imagining a gooey camel.
Bob the whole time is probably going hump day.
Yeah, probably. In between the conversations that I'm trying to have with them, just being like, hey, they're talking about sex in there. Have you heard about this place, the level of hell? Have you ever been here before? And lust? It seems like it would be his kind of place.
I haven't, mistress, but I've had visitors from here, and let me tell you, they know their way around a body.
A way around your body? Did you get to experience that?
In several different forms, I might add. I'd had, let's see, in one day, I think my record was 152 orgasms.
See, divided by 24.
Like, wow, that's impressive. That you received or that you gave?
Oh, those were just mine. I couldn't even tell you how many I had provided in that time frame.
It's 1 every 10 minutes, in case you wanted to know.
I think I would die.
I did quick math.
Math. I also asked him about the queen. I'm like, have you heard about this demon queen? And did this place always used to be a dry desert?
Oh, in my lifespan, yes, very much. Most of the visitors that I had made contact with had come from this desert that it seems to be surrounding us all. They all complained very much about their predicament of being in such a lustful place without adequate supply to the moistures that are required for proper fun.
Well, maybe if we help out the queen, we can solve that problem? I guess we'll see.
I think I'd heard some of the queen, and she has a bit of a capitalization on those moisturizations.
Those moisturizations.
It's a currency.
She's bottling it and selling it? No, she's bottling it and keeping it. She ain't selling shit. While having these conversations with him, because we were all gonna take turns taking a long rest. After I guess I take the first watch or the first part of this journey with him, I would go to the Pocket Rock and be like, all right, somebody else can ride and have a conversation with him.
Okay.
Oh, Ezra's totally taking that choice.
At that point, I think I'll go back to the pocket rocket and see what's happening in there while you've been reading the Bob Camel.
Arabian Nights.
Pop Camel. All
Yep.
right.
There's a big there's a big table and covered in items and cash as we're all counting. 747,000, 747,000, 748,000, 749,000, 750,000.
Math hurt.
Hey Ezra, before you go, can I borrow your brick for like a couple minutes?
You promise give back?
I'll give it back as soon as possible. I need it for a little
pinky
something.
promise. You give pinky promise.
Of course I do. I always keep my promises.
Okay. And he hands you his brick.
Fuck yeah, I skip off.
What's this brick?
The Hellfire Brick, which gives you resistance to fire damage and stacks with other fire-resistant things.
That's why
You guys see me happily skip off towards the goblin thing, and then a splash as I strip off.
It would be a bit more than that because it would be you'd skip off to the like one of the carts that gets you up. Oh, ping. One of the like elevator carts that gets you up to the goblin level. Bildrith would be up there, you know. You'd probably come to him and he'd go, I'm not finished with your crest, lad.
Don't need it. Where's the giant vat of boiling adamantine?
You see smoke billowing out of like one of the holes that they've dug into the side of the pocket rocket, and he just points.
Cool. I walk over there and I strip down to nothing, so I'm just a skeleton boy. And I hold 2 bricks in my hand, or I put 2 bricks on, somewhere upon myself. I don't know how you want to roll that, so they don't get merged. In the ring of fire resistance, I go, well, YOLO, and then I jump in.
And what
And
was it?
because of your low density relative to that of liquid adamantium, you bounce off the top.
Oh yeah, you would be a lot less dead.
Tie myself to a brick. Well, I have bricks.
I think the brick would also float in adamantium.
Yeah,
Someone
I mean,
push me in.
so I imagine he would just it'd be like being on a Tempur-Pedic mattress, right? He would jump onto it and make an indent, but not actually sink into it.
It is boiling and liquid, so its density would be down.
Down enough for him to sing.
I would think that you're not just jumping in. That may have been a misnomer by yourself there, but
I'm just saying that, if you try and stand in mercury, you're
oh yeah,
to your ankles,
yeah, mercury absolutely at room temperature, it's pretty dense. But if
Close my eyes
boil
and
its
intend
density
on
decreases.
sinking.
And I'm assuming I was going to go say, I'm assuming what you're doing too is diving head first into it. I would guess it's
yeah.
you're putting force into it. You're not just
belly flops here.
Yeah.
I'll let my science teacher ass down then. But carry on. Rule of fun, very very well.
No, I appreciate the input. I like it.
Splash,
I agree. I don't think he would sink. I don't think he'd go very far underneath. He might have to roll if the goal is to coat himself. I feel I don't know, roll for it. Fuck it. This is D&D.
Roll.
He is trying to swim in it, as to what I understand as well, not just jump into it.
Yeah,
So-
I want to get all the nooks and crannies.
There's going to be some force. Go ahead and roll a performance, or if you want, I guess, in athletics. But I assume performance might be better for you.
I love you, but if you don't fuck off, I swear to Christ.
It's just so hurtful.
Not you.
I'm sorry.
That's a phrase.
this feline of mine that has she's so wiggly, and I don't know how to fucking like describe how she behaves, but she is not a good lap buddy.
Liquid. They
special.
behave like liquid.
Strength +5. Athletics
She
+2.
likes to ram her face into your face as hard as she can with enough force to knock your headphones off.
Guidance.
I'm
That's
also
love right there.
already rolling the 108 d10
Roll
that it requires.
1d4. Let's go, baby. So I
Wait,
got a 21 on my
108?
performance.
108 D10?
Let's
Hooray.
go!
What was the performance? Sorry.
21.
You're
Oh,
able
wow.
able to jump straight up, and you do that kind of cartoon, like where your head's facing straight up as you jump, and then you just turn in the air, and your hands are out in like a perfect triangle in front of you, and you force the liquid, away as you swim deeper into it. There's probably enough that will submerge you, but you land at the bottom very quickly and probably take like just another. We'll just roll this one just for fun.
That's fine.
I know. Take another.
I'm either going to die here or I'm not.
D12 bludgeoning. Oh wow!
Either
Look
way,
at that.
it's
Your luck is
fine.
in your favor. You got a 1 bludgeoning.
Woo!
But then as you're sitting or swimming rather into and trying to hold yourself submerged and kind of move around in the boiling molten metal, you take 633 fire damage. And everyone just hears the burbling screams of Franklin from above.
So that number
Well,
will be reduced by my Ring of Fire resistance to... How much did you say?
633
Oh, God.
6?
plus 1.
633 plus 1, sure. But I can't reduce that.
Yep.
Divided by 2 from the Ring of Fire resistance is 316. I have a Brick of Fire resistance, which specifically says stacks
Mhm.
with other sources of fire resistance, so that's going to be divided by 2. And then I just borrowed one from Ezra, so it's going to be divided by 2 again. So I'm going to take 79 points of damage.
Oh damn.
Wait. It went from 600 to 72?
Damn straight.
Mhm.
Because Ezra's his best of
Because
friend.
planning.
Wait,
It's
was there
each-
3?
Bricks.
3,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm just
So I
making
have
sure
the-
that math is mathing right.
Yeah, do the math. I have a Ring of Fire resistance, which halves it, and then 2 Hellfire bricks. One
Oh,
from me,
2
one
bricks,
from
okay.
Ezra, because I have one myself.
Gotcha.
And each
Yeah, the
one
third one was the one I was-
specifically says it stacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, the third one was needed.
Yep.
As soon as I read that it stacks with other sources, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna turn into a fireball.
There was a fireball.
Well,
So
There
I
was
do
a
that.
fireball.
you gotta figure that hell clay has to be extremely fire resistant. So
So that's what I do for a
Okay.
second. While the others do other stuff until they hear me screaming, I
What's the
assume.
adamantium feel like, Franklin? Is it tingly?
I continue screaming.
So we want to go check on him.
Understood.
I think that was
Or
an
this-
Agadon question to everyone else.
Yeah.
But
And then
Yeah,
I'll get
yeah.
out eventually.
Or is
Wait,
this just a normal
did
Tuesday?
Did he do this after Ezra went outside?
I said, where is everybody? Yeah, who's in the pocket rocket?
House is in the pocket rocket.
yeah, Faust was behind the bar. After having gotten the helm of teleportation, gotten into the pocket rocket, he needed a drink.
And he also proceeded to start storing spells in his book.
That's right. And you were going to go off to sleep, but you were kind of waiting to see what transpired with the chest, which Franklin promptly set down after having helped Aganon and Ezra carry it in front of the bar that you're standing behind. And Franklin went upstairs up the elevator, whatever. And yeah, you guys are standing with the chest of desire, with your plans to move forward. Mame, I have you sitting down at the table, so I'm not sure if you were actually down there. I'm trying to vaguely remember, but I know you guys all came into the pocket rocket more or less at the same time after defeating the mummy lord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember them sitting down. That sounds right.
That's probably that you probably sat down with some food from the goblins that they would have given you.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. That's on character.
After asking what are some of these dead corpses in our freaking place.
So I'm thinking we should get a cleaning orb.
What's all the dead bodies doing in the place? That's what happens when you leave Ezra and Franklin unsupervised.
It's called life, you know. Something has to keep this place running.
The bodies at the floor. Playing on the speakers.
So I'm gonna go check on Franklin.
Version begins to play for Ezra.
Yep.
I can.
Yeah, I imagine Mame is just sitting there eating, hearing Franklin's screams in the background, and just like looks up for a second, shakes their head, and just goes back to eating.
Yeah, Faust is not.
Agonon's kind of looking around a little confused and casually starts to walk towards the stairs.
I wouldn't.
fuck is
But
wrong?
I won't stop you
Yeah, he's just gonna saunter up in the direction that Franklin went.
You go to the other cart that seems to clack along a track that looks like a ladder of sorts, but it's been rigged up that these carts, it's kind of like mining carts, will ride along the side of them in an elevator form and take you up to a tertiary level before you or a secondary level that's above you, and you see a bunch of goblins that are going about their day, and you hear Franklin's screams coming from a tunnel off to the side built into the cliff face that they seem to have worked on making.
Yep.
I'm
All
guessing
my clothes is
Agonist
neatly
sees
folded on the ground.
Agonist sees the goblins not really reacting. I'm guessing.
No, they seem to be going about their day like whatever. Like
this again.
fine.
Dude, these goblins. What kind of lives have they led?
So
They were
he's
slaves
walking.
They were slaves to the god of greed. So or
Yep.
god quotation
True.
marks of greed.
And then Franklin brought them here.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're ours
So
now.
now they're no, things didn't get better.
Hey,
Yeah, they're
so
just
they
no
did. They
servants.
have homes now. They are free to do whatever they want in here. We've killed
But they
none of
can't
them.
leave.
I've
Except
well,
for the ones we've tried.
yeah. The Ezra has tried to kill some of them. We've stopped that. We did kill some of them early on.
Just a
We
few
allow some
times.
of them to leave occasionally when we get to shops, and we will release them up top. That feels like a great alternative to eternity in hell. Personally.
Okay, so what I'm
I think we should
imagining
keep them like
is
Oompa Loompas at our chocolate factory.
Yeah, that is essentially what they
Yeah.
are.
yeah.
Great. Should write them a theme song.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go
So,
ahead, Aghanon.
Imagine when someone
Alright,
is
Agadon.
walking and they can't believe no one has stopped them yet or said anything. Maybe like a kid fleeing a cookie jar, or someone trying to sneak into some place and they're walking around looking confused, like looking over
Am I
one
getting away
shoulder
with
and the
this?
other. Huh?
Am I getting away with this right now?
Yeah, yeah. But replace surprise with confusion, and he's just kind of very slowly walking down, wondering why no one else is reacting to the situation. Okay, where can I stop? Where's the edge of the pit? Is it
It's
like
not
here?
a pit. It's not a pit. You're inside of the cliff face. Like, if you imagine kind of like a beehive situation, that's what each one of these sections of this chamber are. And then the where you're at is like inset in one of those faces and like walking through a space that's been carved out of that beehive, you know.
So I meant like the thing Franklin jumped into. Where's the edge?
Oh,
I don't know how far I can walk.
Sorry. Where he's at, it's gotta have been at least like a 10-foot, you know, like section of space, like right where you're at. Yep. So that he could submerge himself fully, right?
Okay, so Aganon has his hands clasped behind his back, and he's just kind of like leaning over into the pit. Yoo-hoo! Are you still there?
After 36 seconds of screaming, emerging from the pool is an hopefully entirely covered in adamantine Franklin Turtle.
Oh,
Yeah.
DM,
Shit.
make him roll for it. It could just come off. It could just dry. Like,
Just
like
slough
drip
off.
off with water. Maybe it doesn't
That-
attach to his bones.
That was what the performance roll was for, to be fair, in my opinion,
Oh.
because we'd talked about this before, but we did not talk about that. But I accepted that 21
thought that
performance roll.
The performance was whether he could actually like get into the stuff, not whether it adhered to the surface of his bones.
True. I don't even know. I don't even know.
I mean, you'd want like corroded bones, right? Like insect eaten, lots of pores.
Insects aren't going to eat your bones, but you do want
they
like a
did.
chemical adhesion between the adamantium and your bone.
I mean, the textured
Mm.
surface will
Little
help like
plated
slip the scar.
bones.
Close my eyes and intend and I use the power of intent.
Just believe.
Yeah, I
Power
feel like
of
there's no
intent guide
skill
you.
or like there's no particular property associated. I feel like it's just like roll a d20. Like, did it work?
I mean, outside of taking 700 points of fire damage.
Yeah, that's where I was at on the situation too. Plus, this was very premeditated. I mean, this
So
was
Aganon
not.
takes a step back to let Franklin out.
Yeah,
He's like,
Oh,
very-
so most
very
people
ooh,
settle
ooh,
for
I
a
gotta-
tooth or two, but I see you don't do anything halfway.
No, you only live once. That's not true. You actually live at least twice.
Huh, do you now?
Yeah, if you make a deal with a demon.
Okay.
And then I skip off. Do-do-do-do-do.
Clank, clank. Like you sound like Metal Mario now.
And each skip, you only lift like a couple inches off the ground.
Right,
God,
I'm
you're
so
so
heavy.
heavy now.
I'd
Still
probably
surprisingly
lose movement
energetic.
speed. Well, you can wear adamantine plate, but I'll let the group / God decide.
What?
Let
What am I
God
deciding?
decide. I don't know.
But
How
only a
much
little less
Franklin
confused Aganon follows.
I feel like this could be a new thing. Like you could roll up into a ball and I could throw you at people.
Yes.
Like
Put me on a chain. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I have an aura ability. If you put me on a chain and just whip me around, I hit more things with my aura.
I mean, I have lots of rope. We could make this out. Or no, I
You
have
could
all
just
that fucking
technically
copper
use you as a
coil.
weapon now.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Franklin, we should team
screw
up.
some spikes onto my back, onto my shell.
Yes.
Wait, so you're now made of
Yeah.
metal. Could we attach like fiery explosive stuff to you and just let you skip into like the middle of a place and you're just like, "Hi guys," and then you explode and everything around
mean-
you's dead and you're just like, "Wow, that's cool," and you skip out of there.
100%. Plus, with these
I mean, he has a
3 ring
skeleton.
fire resistance things,
I'm
we could
assuming-
easily do that.
I'm assuming this just gives you the adamantine effect of you're immune to crits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Other than the armor abilities of adamantine itself, and you were the real plan here. I mean, candidly,
I'm trying to
And-
coat myself in
Yeah.
a substance to help negate the incredible vulnerability I have to holy water.
yeah. So this was the compromise.
I take a massive amount of damage if I got splashed with holy water, but no longer. Right?
It's ineffective against metal.
Well, the metal acts as a condom, right?
Did we say that that I had to roll on the madness table
There's
for
metal
this, or
inside
was
of his
that
eye
just for
socket,
the?
can't you see?
You did have to roll in the madness
You
cave.
don't.
Does this mean
you
he's
dove into molten metal? So that seems like a very mad thing to do.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It's a good reminder.
Does this mean he's extra susceptible to like lightning? Do like Pokemon rules apply here?
Probably like shock.
Does
shock
this
and
does
grasp.
this mean
Those types aren't
does this mean
susceptible to lightning.
Like
Faust,
I have
the
no problem
scientist
taking like
behind the
some sort of
machine?
like vulnerability as well. Like if we want to even this out somehow. I just really like the idea of a metal skeleton running around,
Metal turtle skeleton.
metal turtle skeleton.
Yeah.
But not your shell, right? You took your shell off before you jumped in?
Nope, the shell
Can't
was still
take your
attached.
shell off.
His
Yeah.
shell's made out of ribs.
Yeah.
His shell's
Yeah,
made of
Google.
ribs.
Google. I had to do it. You should do it. I had to Google turtle skeletons. Do it.
Yep, their shell is a part of their skeletal structure.
It's pretty
He just
fascinating.
said that he stripped before he jumped in. I don't understand what he would have taken off. Okay.
His little Boy
But you
Scout. His
can't-
little
I'm
Boy Scout
I'm
patch.
wearing a Boy Scout uniform,
Ugh.
a very tattered one, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd seen some shit.
Jesus Christ.
You see this
Anything
merit
else?
badge? I did some shit for this merit badge.
So yeah, you would see then,
Just in
Aganon, I
here.
guess, the molten form of what I said in chat there coming out of the edge of the pit that he jumped into of molten metal, dripping and slowly adhering to himself. Well, the metal is adhering to him, and yeah, that's what you see. I don't know if
Let's
anyone else.
hate decide.
Where is it? What chat? General chat?
Yep.
Wait,
Yeah,
no,
it's
it's
not
If you
a-
want to make me
not a warm and
susceptible to
fuzzy.
lightning, I will accept that too.
That's
oh
fair.
god.
Yeah.
So actually, instead of following, Agonon's probably just like opening and closing his mouth, like fish mouth in it, as
Hi,
Franklin
Joe
walks
Beard.
by.
Hi, Joe wife.
And then after the area is empty, Agonon's just going to take a second, just to kind of to process the situation before he then follows, and Franklin's long out of sight.
I rejoin the group as if nothing happened. Hey guys.
So is Franklin like shiny now? I'm sure we noticed that he's different, but is he like, is it dull? Is he shiny? Is he like
I wouldn't say that it's super shiny, but you could definitely tell that his bones are more metallic. There's a clear increase in. I'll get you down there. Don't worry. There's a clear increase in his reflectivity. Oh, stop! I'll get you down there. I promise. There you go. Yeah. So there's a clear increase in his reflectivity, but I wouldn't say that it's mirror-esque. It's much more of like a probably just like that dull finish you see like
your
of a
refrigerator?
like a matte finish. There we go.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like a stainless
For
steel
the-
refrigerator.
Like a powder coat.
Okay.
No, not quite like a powder coat, like a matte finish. There's that like little bit of difference, and I gotta go
That's
for
my
that
name.
pun. Exactly.
Delicious. He's on fire tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and I'm sure we can hear him as he walks, right? Because now I'm sure it sounds
Yeah.
like he's
Yeah,
wearing
and
fancy shoes and he's clicking and
Yeah.
clacking everywhere.
Yeah, you'd probably have disadvantage on your.
No more
On stealth.
stealth.
Yeah.
Thought unless I get the boots of Elvikai, cancel that baby out. Uncommon, not attuned. We got tons of money. Start throwing money around. Hey guys.
I feel like Mama's gonna look up and just shake their head again. Go back to eating the food.
The elevator car for chunks, and before you say that, and everybody looks at you, ready to. I don't know what it was only like a minute that you were in there, so probably like 2 minutes that you're up there and then back down. I don't know if
Mhm.
Ezra or Faust are doing anything. I know
I'm still
Mame is eating.
smoking.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
Ezra's outside.
Agonon's up there.
Ezra's outside with
Oh,
Mom.
I was just we're gonna use that chest, and I'm gonna take a nap.
Oh, so you're just gonna straight up. Well, so it sounds like Ezra went outside with Ash.
He has to.
and
He must
and
learn the art of door smashing.
and then Faust is at the chest while Mame is eating. So I guess that we,
I thought Faust gave a sex ed for door smashing.
He did.
that's right.
So what is this part?
That's your Chloe.
It goes where?
Kitten.
It's getting so dark, guys.
We got a bunch of money, guys. We want.
Yeah, my total
to-
was 7,803 gold for what I wanted.
Man, you are an
I
easy
mean,
girl to
imagine-
please.
Imagine what we could sell Franklin for now. He's worth so much.
But then again,
Yeah,
no,
we tried to sell a person.
Like,
It
if
didn't
we
work.
really, really want to, I could go for the expensive version of the
Virgin.
like the
Virgin.
version rather.
Well-
Which,
So we have, as a group, because we totaled it pre-game, about 750 grand worth of items and cash and gems to sell.
including
If they're Go
the
ahead.
two Wabajacks. I just want to
Yeah,
make clear
the-
that those are leaving your guys' inventory if
Yeah.
if you're using that.
What the
if
fuck is
Ezra's
the
alright
Wabajak?
with it. It's the Thanksgiving one-shot reward if you played that.
Oh no, you should not get rid of that.
And it's a throwback.
It's a throwback.
Yeah, to Oblivion, my friend.
Oh yeah, the remaster.
Yeah.
But if we sell one, they're worth 250 grand. So I'm gonna sell mine.
Man, that is not advised, but okay.
Why? What does that do? What do you know? Tell me. What do you know?
I'm just gonna shake his hand and go back to eating.
He does like doing cool things.
I mean, it does cool things, but now I'm very concerned.
Emily knows things, but Aganon does not know things. So Aganon cannot tell you shit.
No. Okay.
So
Yeah, I don't have one. That's not one of the sessions I played. I think I have a spoon or a fork, but I don't think I was there for the Wabbajack.
yeah, it was this last year's Thanksgiving session.
Yeah, there just are very few in existence. And so, yeah. Anyway,
There's few of them in existence.
just listen to your heart. Do whatever your heart tells you.
My heart says conquest.
So, Ezra, I believe you said you went outside of the Pocket Rocket to hang out with
He
Ash.
did.
Okay. So, I'm just going to let this transpire very quickly while you guys are trying to decide what's happening with the chest. It sounds like there's 3 of you that are doing something with the chest right now.
I'm very concerned about what this thing is and why we should keep it.
Ugh.
I can let
Yeah,
you guys
so-
ponder that and go back outside of the Pocket Rocket. real
Wait,
quick.
I go up to Faust and I hold out the Wabbajack staff to him and I say, "Could you do legend lore?"
I have
Thanks.
used all of my spell slots. Wait, no, I
Welcome
do have some
again.
stored. Fine, I'll use legend lore.
Hooray!
I will use legend lore on the item.
Now I have to go to that item. 1 second.
Now we'll
I have
know.
less stored spell slots, and that makes me sad.
I'm sorry, but this may decide if you get your items or not.
I just wanted 8,000. Like, not even 8,000 worth of items. Like,
Yeah,
I
you're an
have
easy girl to
nothing but a book.
please.
I have nothing but a book. I just want some decent items.
Yeah, it will get you some, but if we
Alright.
could get you better items.
Woo.
So, yeah, Alright, yep. I spent 5 spell slots from my book to cast Legend Lore on the Wabbajack.
Woo.
Wobble.
You know immediately that this particular item was created from madness, not just chaos, but from the god of madness themselves and the trees that they grow in their grove.
Who is this person so Granddad can meet them?
Exactly what I was thinking.
Their
Where's
name
what when you do them?
their name seems to like appear in front of you, but is pretty much unpronounceable. It just looks like a bunch of letters and so consonants and vowels that almost seem to be in incomprehensible. Like it just seems like is their name.
Okay. So
Is he
I sound
okay?
like Donnie from the Wild Thornberries while pronouncing his name. What is that all I learned?
Oh, that they create these off of those trees in their fruit while pruning their fruit trees that are also of madness in their insane gardens, and generally they will slough these off onto the mortal realms just to see what happens.
Press that staff no further than I can throw it.
So we get rid of it?
It is not mine to decide. But I, for one, do not like putting my fate in the hands of an entity that, such as the one that created this.
I agree with you. So I will donate mine unless anyone else present wants to speak up. No? Okay.
I mean, I'm not there. Aganon is there.
Right.
Granddad will use the fuck out of his now that he knows he has one. Now that I know he has one.
I mean,
Wait, Aghanon, I thought you were inside the pocket rocket.
Yes, Aganon is, but I am not. Aganon does not have the knowledge that I have.
Oh.
I haven't been
You're
to
right.
a Eurythmic yet.
She hasn't played it, or her character hasn't played Oblivion.
Oh.
I played Oblivion, but I don't remember fuck.
Oh yeah,
It turns people into random bullshit.
I definitely
Very
played
much
it.
Yeah. That's what the thing
It's
says. but
funny.
There seems to be like a secret power or something that I don't know if people were afraid of, or they said not to get rid of it. Maybe I did. Mabe. Sorry.
Wait, but I thought the Thanksgiving item was a spork.
Does the Wabbajack take the form of a spork?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
making sure I'm thinking of the same thing.
dang it. Then that changes everything. Now I know what we're dealing with. Shit. Well, that reduces the amount of money we have by a lot.
Oh, you don't want to sell one of the items of transcendence?
No. No, I do not.
But if you have two of them and they're worth 511,000 gold.
They are, and I got very excited. Shit. Then our number changes.
The original amount was 3,805 gold, intermixed between platinum and gold, but that was the gold value of the total.
Right. Plus the amount that Ash had.
Yep.
Okay. So she had basically 208,000. But that's up to her if she wants to share.
She is outside the pocket rocket currently, but that is something you could converse with her about.
Yeah. Well, we split up the 3,800 between everyone, and then we'll have to chat with her when she gets in, because she's doing her camel thing, and she'll be in shortly. Goodbye, Illusia's bracers, you magnificent bastards.
There was also the cloak of displacement you were adding into that or well, you're not there either, Ezra, now. There were some other items you were thinking about adding, or is there other things that you wanted to try and...
Yeah, so go ahead.
Ezra's still on his planet. He's like, he doesn't know what this is. He's selling his.
Oh, okay. That would put it up to 253. But you're not there.
And then he's gonna give the rest to freaking any money he has left. He's just giving it to freaking Mama Ash.
She will definitely take it.
Well, you're teaching him a valuable lesson of life, along with Bob.
Yes, I would say while they're in there conversing about what to get out of the chest, I'm gonna guess Ezra's out here asking these questions and
Tremendously, also going and Faust said this, and he said this.
be like, those are all technically accurate. He gave you the correct terminology for all of this. But in the event of smashing in the queen's door, you're going to want to aim for her clitoris castle. So we're going to be inside the clitoris castle, and down in her nethers, you're going to look for her clitoris castle. And you're going to make sure she likes it.
How do I know if she like it?
You'll know.
I think that's terrible. That's terrible advice. You will be able to tell. Hopefully she will say, "Ow, stop," if you're doing it wrong.
The area gets flushed.
I also feel like Bob would be putting in his 2 cents, and it would be raunchy, but also poetic.
You would probably be along the lines of, well, I understand what you're trying to say. I think you want to caress this clitoris castle. You don't want to just smash it repeatedly.
One must besiege the
siege, and then ask for its
siege,
and then request that the damsel be released.
It's the worst floor.
Ezra, get it. Okay, so before Ezra smashed the door, Ezra asked if she want door smash. She said yes.
Yeah.
Ezra then makes sure she feel good while Ezra smashed door. When door is smashed, we get the trip to Mama Ash's home.
So what happens if I take this circlet off and put it on Ezra's head? Would it be attuned in time?
I don't.
What activity? Like attunement does not take long.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Maybe do it. You would realize probably that it would take a while. So maybe you do it while he's asleep.
Or like put the circlet on his head while he's taking a nap.
Yeah.
Because that's a temporary solution to my plan of casting Awaken on this fool.
Okay, so let's say I do want to try this. I would want to transfer this to his head while he was taking a long rest, I guess. Okay. So that he could wake up and hopefully be attuned to it. Mm-hmm. And maybe be a little bit maybe it'd be a little bit more delicate with this door smashing.
All right.
Because again, it'd be like, yes, you want to ask her if that's what she wants to do. But I mean, some demon queens don't want you to be as blunt as that is. Some of them want to be finessed.
So many
Does he know what
rules.
that word means?
This entire plane of existence that has finesse
Yes.
or charm.
Is that like when I pull bow and make
It has
arrow
been
go?
it has been nothing but innuendo since begun.
Except for
That's
that
what
one
this
time.
is.
Except for that one time where it was innuendo. But
I'm sorry, was that a dad joke somebody just made?
you're welcome.
Ham-fisted innuendo.
Oh, shit. So,
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, that's all happening outside of the pocket
God,
rocket, I'm guessing.
I'm
And
curious what that thing's gonna do. Hold on, I'm gonna look that up. I
Go
can't
for it.
spell today. Hold
um,
on. That right? Let me see. Hold on.
you guys are conversing inside of the pocket rocket. Still trying to think like, well, there's other people that have these things that we could probably contribute to the chest, and these are the tally that we have. That's what you're probably talking about. I would guess that you try to call everybody back in to, I don't know who goes out to do such, but
Holy shit!
Sure.
It's
I'll
Christmas time.
step
So-
outside and grab them. Be like, hey, you guys got a second? We got to chat about this chest thing.
So Ezra went from negative Riz to like
No, it's is that the broken item?
he
Yeah.
has a plus 12 now to
Yeah,
deception.
that's a broken item.
He has a plus 15 to freaking persuasion. No, plus 7 and plus 7 to performance and persuasion. He has
Yeah.
a plus 12 to sleight of hand now.
yeah, that's the broken item.
Yeah, you should let him have it.
He can Riz.
He just wakes up and he is just so ready for this door smashing, and for some reason is incredibly eloquent about it.
Anyways, so you guys are you Franklin go outside and you see the desert surrounding you and the camel Bob first thing first, with probably Ezra and Ash nearly breaking his back, I guess at this point, riding while they're going through the desert.
Bob's strong. He got this.
We're gonna chat real quick about some item stuff. Do you want to strap the pocket rocket to your camel, Bob, and then we can hop inside for a minute?
Yeah, I can do that. And I turn to Bob and I kind of place hold out the pocket rocket to him, and I'm like, "Hey, you want to hold on to this while we do some, I guess, discussion about shopping?"
Oh, aye, mistress. I know exactly where to put this.
This needs to be in a safe place that we can easily retrieve.
I've got you covered.
All right.
I
I'm
gotta
gonna-
back into there.
Yep. I'm gonna hand it to Bob, and then pop back inside the pocket rocket.
Okay, I poof in as well. We're gonna poof out of this thing's butt.
Wait, did anybody grab Ezra? Because he doesn't have a torque.
Yeah, we'll grab you. I'll grab you. You don't need a torque, bro. None of us had torques on, but I give him one of my necklace, the poop symbols. That's right. You don't know how to use it. Shit. That was why you didn't take it the first time.
That's why.
I thought it was a jalapeno popper.
The jalapeno poppers were the good berries that I used at the start. The keys for the pocket rocket are poop symbols. For the butt plug, right? That's what I thought, but
I mean, you
No.
can technically use a rock as that.
Yeah. Just gonna
Sure.
be a little
you can use
jaggedy.
anything.
And, some people are into that, so.
Anyway, we go meet inside and we discuss, all the things that we had discussed. So we got this chest desire. Wondering if anyone's got any items that they want to either trade out for or trade in for or what. I've got a few
mentioned all the
things I could
gems.
give up, but I'm gonna keep this spork now because reasons.
Wait,
A spork of madness.
Yeah.
is the one goblin still nearby?
The guy you shoved in a box last time.
Yes, yes.
He's probably
I already
hiding.
asked God about if we killed him and shoved his body in there. It's not worth much.
Bad.
Goblin souls aren't expensive.
Yeah, he's probably hiding somewhere.
I can find the goblin. I put him in the box again.
I don't think it's gonna work, bro. We're gonna
We're gonna
waste
get another
another hour
question
and a
mark
half.
sticking out.
I got a stick.
Dicks
Yeah,
are
I was
worth
gonna say, didn't the goblin
something.
just like flat out rejected last time?
Yeah, and then we kept trying it like 30 times.
Because
And
we
we're
don't
like,
know
it's
how
not
to
gonna work,
play.
man.
In between him
It's not gonna work. Anyway, does anyone have money or gold that they want to put into the pot for everyone?
Negatory.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
share some of my gold.
When you say for everyone, what are we getting out of this?
Well, I mean, we have to discuss that as a group, right? We could either split it up amongst ourselves and each get our own items. We could divvy a portion out to do upgrades to the ship, or I mean, the pocket rocket. We could buy other group items like we already got the helm of telepathy or teleport. So, I mean, it is up for discussion. I'm not trying to say or do anything. I'm just saying we have this sweet new item. We have a bunch of items we don't need and money. We should do something.
I do have a lot of money, and I mention the amount of money I have, and I start pulling out the gems, and I'm like, we could also spend these because they've just been sitting in my bag.
I have
I've got. He's got a stick. I've got. I've got this.
Got a bunch of copper.
You do?
I do, yeah.
Nice. I've got a staff of swarming insects and a sentinel shield that I would give up.
A sentinel shield. Have you ever made use of that?
Yeah, I wear it all the time. It's a +2 shield that gives me advantage on initiative. I was gonna give it to my friend Raro, but figure maybe we need it more here.
Yeah, we might.
Eganon would like a couple items, but I have to be completely honest, with the house closing, I've been so busy and didn't even see this chat, so I have not picked anything out.
Fine.
So
we
what
just
we
gotta
used the
decide
helmet
what
to
to do.
teleport here, and now we need something else to help us get through this level of hell or break the seal of this level of hell.
I think we have that. We have the key to the and we hold up the other photo that we have of like the chastity belt. Pretty sure this is the door. And we have a key for it that looks like a penis.
Yes, of course.
So we're on our way to go unlock it and go to level 1. We could probably do that today if we can
get this going.
So, again, does anyone have anything that they would want to throw at? You have this stick? Oh, you're talking about the Wabbajack stick. I thought you just picked up a fucking stick.
Oh, he thinks it's a
like
frickin'
she's
stick.
got a stick. That's a great stick there, Ezra. Jesus Christ, can you believe this guy? This thing's worth like copper.
It's so pretty.
I have 80 pounds of copper cable.
Whoa.
You broke that from a house?
No, from a different level of hell.
That's a good chunk.
Just a bunch of crackheads moving from level of hell to level of hell. Tripping wire and pipe.
If you want to add,
Wherever we can get the currency, that's where we're getting it.
if you want to add,
I don't know what the going rate is in hell for copper, but it's going really good up here.
If you want to add this to the description, it's 36,381 gold. worth.
Wait for the copper.
Yes.
Copper?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Damn.
Have you
Hey,
seen
that
the
shit
price
ain't
of
cheap.
fucking copper?
Exactly. That shit ain't cheap.
No, I haven't.
Yes, yes. And Carrie, it's been useful. So yeah, totally. All 80 pounds of copper can totally get thrown in.
Okay. How much of your wealth would you like to throw in, Ash? We're not trying to pressure you to put it all in because you're a rich mama and you deserve to stay a rich mama.
What if I dump in all of the jewels for now?
What was that price again?
For the
So
gems?
Yeah, I didn't write it down. I seen it in chat, but
it was like 211,000. Let me write it down. I'm doing math.
Yeah,
200 3 plus 300 plus 4,000 plus 5,000.
What?
Plus 500 plus 1,000. Sorry, I'm speaking out loud.
that's fine.
So
I'm
with
following
the
the train of
copper
thought.
cable, with all of the diamonds, with the staff of insects, and with the sentinel
Yeah.
shield, which is uncommon, so it's probably not worth much.
908 is what I came up with for that.
We're at 257,589. So we can either divide that up into 6. We could,
Did you-
and then everyone buy. Go ahead.
Did you add the stick that Ezra threw in there?
Oh yeah.
253,000.
250,
Yeah, 253,
253.
859, and 254.
I kind of want to
5,
buy
9.
Ezra's stick off of Ezra. Because I don't have a spork.
That could happen.
Just purchase things
see-
between one another.
You see a giant spork-shaped stick that Ezra's holding.
Yeah, I'll be like, hey Ezra, I really like that stick. How would you feel about maybe letting me have the stick and I'll give you this copper?
Ooh, yours is prettier than mine. I give you stick.
Yes. All right.
Nice.
I would
I
be
give
willing to
you-
contribute the 22 gold to my name, but I don't think that's gonna do much.
I'll add it in. All right. Are we removing the copper now?
I don't know. Ezra, are you throwing that still into the chest?
Yep.
Okay, then no.
So then we are sitting at 257,574. We can either split this 6 ways. We could split this 7 ways and include the base as one part. We could spend all of it on the base. We could.
How can we spend it on the base? What can we do for the base with this money?
We could upgrade it to somehow like get a cape of like either a broom of flying ability or a carpet of flying, so that
Carpet of flying.
we can
makes
be
more sense.
inside and
We should just give
be
it
inside
spider
and it
legs and
fly
like
outside.
wasp wings.
Yeah, I mean, if
Just
we
make
want
the
to,
rock
if we
an
want to make it
insect
like,
But
yeah,
if
if we
it's a-
want to theme it that way.
But
I'm
if we
just
get it
looking
a
at
carpet of
mechanics.
flying, then we can use it for more things than just moving the pocket rocket around. So I get like attaching the pocket rocket to the flying object and telling it to go, and we essentially teleport at that point. But the carpet of flying has multiple uses, not just for moving the pocket rocket versus like giving it wings. I also do
Right,
want to
yeah.
make it clear I am keeping the spork, right? So I traded Ezra a copper for the spork.
Yeah, I remember
That is
That was not-
remaining in my inventory. Okay.
Yeah.
I really like that Black Lotus you got there. Would you like this Royal Island I have?
That's exactly what just happened.
If
Well,
you had this
okay.
with the trade,
Took me a second, but I get it.
in all honesty, I mean, she's dealing with someone with not a full deck of cards.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
No.
So, how much would a flying carpet cost
First booster
us?
pack to ever get Black Lotus.
I don't want to talk about Black Lotus. I don't want. After I found out how much money those things came up to.
Oh, that's very rare. How much would a flying carpet cost? It is very rare.
Very rare. Very rare.
We have 257,000. We can likely afford it.
Yeah, let me just roll here. 1, 2.
I don't have a lot of other base upgrade options except for like common stuff that can like clean. We could get like a
22
cleaning bot.
22,472.
Easy. Okay. So we could buy. So we've already bought the helm of teleportation, so that needs to be deducted.
No, that was already deducted from the original price. Don't even worry about that.
Okay. Okay. So 22K for flying carpet. Is that something that the group thinks we should get? We
Wait
could
a
pick our
second. If we
size.
can teleport, why do we need a flying carpet?
Because teleports bring you to within a day's travel. A flying carpet we can get on and fly.
Yeah, so we can teleport and then use the flying carpet.
Yeah. Think about like a plane ride and then like a bus ride to where you're going. And I shake my head. You guys wouldn't get that. Think about it like a boat trip across the ocean, and then like a cart that you'd get on to get to your final destination.
Okay, touche. I'm sold.
All right. So that is 22K for a flying carpet. We can choose our size. Smaller, the faster. The larger, the slower. We have the pocket
Needed it to
rocket,
hold
so I
us? Do we need it to just hold the pocket rocket and one person?
right. That's
I
yeah.
mean, practically just the pocket rocket, but it would be good if it could hold at least one of us.
Yeah. The smallest one can hold 200 pounds.
Perfect. That's good.
So we'll get one of those. Is there anything else we can think of that we want for the base?
An orb of cleaning.
An orb of
Sure.
cleaning.
I am about that idea.
Yeah, I mean
it
that
is
is
an
a pretty good
uncommon
idea because
item.
apparently it's getting dirty in here.
I
The
It's
pocket
fairly
rocket
clean.
is
It's just
a pocket dimension made with magic, right?
Every time Faust
Is
is
there-
angry, he summons a unseen servant and sets it to cleaning.
Yeah, Mame's not a clean freak, but like when things start to smell bad, that's offensive.
right.
But also, you do, as Mame, have a cleaning skill.
Oh, well.
If you remember.
Yeah, someone else needs to clean, not me.
I know. I was just it was just relative to your personality, I figured.
All right. So how do we want to split the remainder up? Do we want to continue buying things for the base? If so, we need ideas. Otherwise, we're going to sit here for the next hour.
I say divvy it up for now, and then if we think of something else that we want for the base, then we can purchase it later because we have the chest.
Yeah, we can all chip in. I don't think I'll be able to buy everything I want right now, so I'll buy a few things and I'll have a bunch of extra cash.
All right. So
We can just stock it. It's like a vending machine, right? We can just stock it full of money and like come back and get things as we need.
Right.
Yeah.
So 235,552. I'm going to do divided by 6. That's typically our max number of standard players.
what was the number again? 230.
This is post the flying carpet. 235, 552.
552. Okay,
And that
who
gives
is
it-
going up and
Go
getting
ahead.
the carpet though?
I guess I will if no one else wants to. Okay. I go up and I put the items we have in the chest and ask for equivalent amount of gold. And then take that equivalent amount of gold if we get it,
You see,
and then
you
ask for
put,
carpet.
you put the things in there. Nothing seems to happen. Your hand is still on the chest. You feel a sense of close me, and you assume you close it and open it again to see that those items have disappeared into the appropriate monetary value.
Wow. I take out the equivalent, everything except for the 22,000 for the thing, and then I close it again and say, I gosh. I think of like a magic carpet-esque thing that's more thematic than just like a, Arabian Nights magic carpet.
And
And I close it
you
and I open it again.
open the chest onto what looks like a sheet of stars, almost the size of a piece of paper.
Display it for everyone.
And as you kind of hold it up and it wiggles, it kind of gives off this sense as if there's a reflectance to it, almost as if like the things looking at it can't quite see it, so it's
Huh.
got a bit of a masking quality to it as well.
Fuck yeah. Good score, guys. I place it down.
Ho ho ho! Fancy.
All right. And then, if we're all agreed, I split up the remaining gold. Don't spend it all at once, because we might need other shit. Everyone gets 9,258 golds worth of stuff.
Okay, make sure to
You
add
say
that
it again?
9,000.
Yeah, say that number one more time.
9,000.
39. Oh, go ahead.
I thought you said 9,000.
No, because because we had the 235,000 total divided by 6
Oh, yeah. Okay.
is 39,258.
Sweet.
And before I sit down and let other people do their stuff, I will place in an equivalent amount of gold, as well as my Hellfire brick. I give the other one back to Ezra, as I promised. I close it, and I wish for a
Oh, you put
blood
in your
long
Hellfire brick.
spear.
Ah, okay. Did I give you a value on that? I forget.
511
yeah.
gold
For the spear, but then the
for
brick.
the spear.
Oh, right. So you put in the brick and
Money.
And money. Okay. So
Yeah, and just like a bunch of money and see what comes out. Like 10 grand.
Ooh, okay. That is equivalent enough. You put in the brick and you pull and the money, the 10 grand. And you 10 grand. Open. I'm getting some feedback from you,
Same.
Ezra. You open the chest. Inside. Still getting feedback.
Rick.
Echo.
All right. I muted you until that figured out, so that I can actually think for a second. But you open the chest, and inside is a blood red that
What's
seems
happening?
to have the qualities that you do.
You
Why?
need to mute Rick for a little while.
I'll mute him, but seems okay now. No. How do I mute him? There it is.
Right. There you go.
Goodbye. We'll figure out if he ever figures it out.
Stupid place.
Haha, I figured out how to server mute. That should help. Anyways,
Yeah.
So yes, there is a blood red spear that seems to meet your qualifications, as well as you said 10,000. So there is still math. 10, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3, 8, 4. Oh, come on, no. Enter. 5,616 gold left.
Okay. I close it again, and I ask for a Glamour Weave Cloak and a Dread Helm, which are common items. They don't do anything besides look cool.
Oh, okay, right.
And then that'll be it. And then I'll go sit down and play with my new toys while everyone else does their thing.
Minus 115. Oh shit. History.
Price on a spell gem. It's rare.
Could I get a price check on the
He's back.
the olden days? That would leave you with 500 or 5,361 gold. There, Franklin. What was this
5361.
soul gem? Did I hear?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I misunderstood how they work. After learning how much money we each have, I'm kind of shopping again.
No worries. Sounds like some of y'all are just keeping the money, taking the money and running.
Yeah, I should get better items.
There's a certain bow that I'll take.
Sure.
Let's see here. Can I get a price check on Bow of the Four Seasons? It is a legendary artifact.
I'm gonna need this to be said now from now on in the price check and no, I'm just kidding. Just it's stuck in my head now. Bow of the Four Seasons.
Legendary.
Oh,
send
is
you-
it?
Yeah,
So
I
legendary-
think he's cap locking.
Yeah. So anything very rare and below is achievable. If it's legendary, it is
You
a
got a bunch of
one-off.
giant.
It is a one-off item, so
Oh,
that thing only exists once in the world, and it has to be. It is generally if it's a one-off, then it is protected by magical means and cannot be accessed by other than by a quest to get there.
I'll go questing.
Like punching a
Enough.
giant.
Agonon's gonna have to scroll Amazon for a little longer.
That's fine. I mean, I think we could just say that like everyone acquires the things that they want. So then next week we'll have
Yeah. If
the
you guys want
things
to
that we want.
keep thinking about it,
Yeah,
what's
and then
going
we
to
can move on now.
What's going to happen is
So what did I miss?
you just missed
Same shit.
the fact that you have 39,258 gold.
Everything is real one. I know.
And
I don't think-
everybody
I
was
don't
reevaluating what they could afford, but I think that would still put you within reach of the insignia clause for sure, obviously, and the ring of psychic resistance, as well as the netherus. I don't know how to say that. Netherreses.
Yeah, I condensed mine down after I thought about it. I condensed mine down to the insignia clause, bracers of defense, and the belt for the giants. That's what I condensed myself down to.
And the belts are out of your reach with only the 39,000. What was the other one though?
The bracers of defense, the ring, and the belt. That was it. That's all he wanted.
Bracers of defense.
Yeah, you quoted me on 4,901.
That makes sense.
We got a ROM, Josh. Now we need a full no shit quote, please. Thank you.
I like for whatever reason too. You guys both sound like you're on one of those like really crappy overcoms in a department store for some reason. But it's appreciative, honestly, 'cause it kind of meets the standard. So 491.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not using any headphones tonight.
No, it's no good. It's no worries.
It's shopping day.
Yeah, it's meeting the requirement. 2, 6, and 6.
It's spoken like a
Shit.
Jew. Sorry, that phrase. It's meeting the requirement. Good enough.
I can hear you.
It's a serious chuckle.
4910 minus 91 minus. So not the Ring of Netheresis. Is what I heard, or is that still part of that Ezra?
I think that was part of it.
Okay.
He wanted the defense bracers, the ring, and the belt. He's a fashionista.
That leaves him with 27,501, but all the other items would be achievable. Not the belts. Those were both in the 60s and 70,000s.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Does anyone else know what they would like, or should we do some quick long rests and then?
I have 4 things I want, and I'll be good. I'm getting those original 3 that I wanted. The Draconic Focus at rare.
Mhm.
The cape and the docent. And can I have the docent be flavored as a gas mask?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
You got all those prices. Did you want me to break it out for you? Did you got that broke down number?
Not docent with parapet. I got the prices here, and that totals at 7,803. But the other, I lied. I want 2 things more if I can make them fit into my price range. That is, I want a Cube of Force and a Mimir.
Cube.
They're both rare.
Okay. Rare. Let me see. Rare. 5. I'm doing straight rolls for these. I have not looked at them. The first one is 1,276. Second one is 4,136.
That all fits within my price range. I'm just going to do some math, and I'll take care of I'll do my accounting.
Okay. Appreciate you.
Mame, you got anything you want?
This is hard because Mame already has a pretty sweet bejeweled axe of justice.
If
And
you
so-
didn't catch from the past times, items can be modified inside of the chest with increased capabilities.
I would use those 2 gems I had and enhance them into my focus, is what I would do, if that's how it works.
Okay.
That's
Let me go.
allowed.
Yeah, it's absolutely. Let me go real quick to the gem to see what I did put in there in the first place. I did not get to look at that. I meant to. But yes, so that might add a bit of a layer of complexity, but that is kind of what Franklin did by putting the brick in there and money.
Yep.
Mhm.
I said I like this ability, but I want it on my weapon. So money plus brick. Profit.
So,
Oh,
Well,
shit.
not profit technically.
What was I looking for again?
I now have a floating skull that answers our questions.
Sphere. I was looking
Hey.
for sphere.
We had Bob.
Well, Mimir's better. He's less dirty. It knows more things.
Get him, Bob. Go on, get him.
Bob possess Mimir? Because Mimir is not like it's specifically described as a device. It's not sentient.
So you just created Google.
He created Alexa.
Hey Alexa, can you play
Alexa possessed
Bodies
call.
Hit the Floor?
Yeah, you probably put two of them in there. Two of them at. Do I still have that? I do still have that. Two of them at that. So that would get them. I mean, two of them at slumbering, I think, would get them at stirring, the rare. Just being as fair as I possibly can here. And then, are you putting more money in to try and
Would
get them
have,
to
yes. I
awaken?
put in the amount that you told me it was worth, which was 3,812.
For the stirring.
Yeah, that was for stirring. So, like, how much would I need to put in there to get more?
Well, awakened, I put at 96,259.
Well, the level I wanted to get to was the stirring.
Which you were at currently, with just the
Yes.
two orbs themselves, with no gold extra.
Well, I can just take the price off and get that back if I need significantly more.
Okay.
Wait, what weapon were you just asking for?
I
What
got
thing?
I have a draconic focus.
Yeah.
Okay. I just happened to be reading about a Dragon's Wrath weapon and trying to figure out how it moves up in wakedness.
Which is
Is that
something.
what this does?
Sort
It's the
of,
same thing, but
yes.
for a wizard.
Yeah, and that is something that we've yet to fully determine rules wise amongst anyone. Like, how does it go up in awakeness? And this apparently is one way that it can do so, by just putting it in the chest and putting an appropriate amount of monetary value.
So technically, a legendary weapon could come out of the chest that way.
No.
Because there's
Yeah,
not.
upgraded enough. An item might become legendary in its own right
Correct. But it would not
if you
become.
continue upgrading it.
It would not
Josh.
be that legendary item. Go ahead.
Right.
If I sacrificed my belt of Hill Giant, what would be the difference between in monetary value to get me to the rest of the way to the fire? They're one tier step away from each other.
Yeah, let me see.
I could walk 1,000 miles.
Remember
You don't have to
when
use scientific now.
We could fly. We could fly. We could fly. We can fly.
Fly like an eagle.
Because Ezra doesn't really care about gold or anything. That's he figured out if he needs something, he just goes see Mama Ash. So he's
She just pays for everything.
he's like,
She's fine with that.
In return, Ezra just kills everything.
if Mama Ash
Yeah,
says
well-
they need to die, they die.
Okay, it's
Yeah, Ash isn't built for combat, but she has no qualm about killing people.
Mama Ash, she goes, hey, he needs to die. Ezra, okay.
Perfect.
She gives him pets and treats. He's made in the shade.
Oh yeah, this works out. Ash can talk anybody into anything, and then whatever she can't pummel, she'll just ask you to pummel.
Where did it go now? Oh, here it is. You're asking about, I mean, either stone or frost, right? I'm guessing 'cause they're the same deal.
So frost, stone, and fire are all the same. So I'm
Fire
going,
is 2 more, like 2. You get 2 more strength. It is very rare, but you get 2 more strength, which would make it, slightly more than the stone or the frost. Which I'm guessing you're trying to just bump it up to
Yep.
stone or frost is what you're trying to do.
well, if he's got the money to, because you said that the Because he still has after paying for all that, he still got like 20,000 left. He was going to dump all of that plus the belt in to get it upgraded. Like I said, he doesn't really. He doesn't
I
really
don't
need money.
know if you would be there though still because the chest only threw out 3,000 for the Hill Giant, which is what you have, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I have the Hill
upgrade
Giant.
cost.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, it only threw out 2,100. So that's what you would value wise get for that, but you would need to be getting up to like for the stone. I think I have as 63,835.
Let's see.
The
Going
dice
back up.
wills what the dice wants. I'm sorry.
Let's
I-
see. Yeah,
I'm
you said
literally-
6.
Yeah.
Belt of Giant Strength. You said it's 63,835.
Yeah, I'm literally rolling for the very rare is 100,000 sided die.
So how much more does Ezra
Wow.
need to make it the rest of the way?
A lot. What is it? What I said like 2,100.
Right, Josh, how much you need?
63,835 is how much he needs, and the
The
belt.
fire one's set. The fire is 76,618.
which is a step above the stone. To be clear.
He puppy dog guys. Mama Ash.
So you need
Puppy dog guys.
61,735.
Oh, nobody has
That's how much
that
he needs in
individually.
gold. Yeah.
Ash
We'd
has
all
gold.
have to give him. But didn't she give up all of her gems? She just has gold, like cash.
Oh, right,
Yeah, I
right,
took
right.
the cash that you gave me.
To split it up. That's right. Because everybody's got that 39. Yep.
So did he add his 39 to increase the value? Or, I mean, upgrade the belt?
Yeah.
Oh, no. So if you're adding all 39 of that, we're getting down to 39, 258 to 22,477 is how much more you would need.
How much more strength do you get from this thing?
I
'Cause
go.
you already
from
have a belt of strength, right?
I
He's got-
go from a +5 to a +7.
Yeah. That's why it's so much more expensive.
His strength jumps tremendously.
And you need how much more? You need 2,000?
22.
No, 20 grand.
22,470.
I need more money. I
More
heard there's
money,
a lot
more
of cities up at the up on the surface. We could borrow some funds.
Well, Ash is still considered a wealthy woman on the surface, so she doesn't have any problems. She's just gonna walk over. If she's like, you need 20K, I got that.
He just looks up at you and gives you the big doggy eyes.
Yeah, she just comes over and she just starts emptying the rest of the coins that he needs into the chest. How much was it
Damn.
exactly? You said it was 22 something?
22,477.
You got a good Mama Ash there, my friend.
Yes, he does.
Well, she started with 8,000 gold coins and other forms of currency, and then ended up with like 49,000 after she got all of that back because she just gave up her gems. So she's literally still coming out on top.
All right. So I'm deleting the Hill Giant, and then do you want to move? I don't know how to give the staff to Mame.
Oh, I think Mame, you've got that in your inventory now, right? The spork.
I didn't add it as an item. I just put it in as a note.
Oh, it should be in there.
I should add it as an item. That's me being lazy.
Yeah, because I'm deleting mine.
I think the easiest way is actually to look up Webajack and then change its name to Spork.
Okay.
Spork.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was the spork. I was like,
No, that's a good memory on whoever remembered that, because that's how I did skin it. It is a staff-sized spork.
Yep.
Good job.
Yeah, 'cause
Thank
we
you.
had a spoon and a fork. Did we do a knife?
No knife yet.
Okay.
Wait, I
Yeah,
thought
there's gonna be a whole
Flamilton had a
set.
knife.
Hmm?
I thought Flamilton had a knife.
Flamilton has a fork and a
Yeah,
bowl.
because Mime has a spoon, right? It's also like it's bigger and smaller and doubles as a shovel.
Yep,
I thought the fork teleported you.
that's the spoon. Still,
Okay.
New belt makes Ezra's abs even more defined.
wow.
He's even
get-
more jacked.
Just
Franklin
puts
hits
the belt on,
puberty.
just starts flexing.
He contoured. Woke
Yep.
up early this morning.
you get forehead abs with a new belt.
It looks like his brain is so strong, but it's not.
It just looks like one of those AI images of those really buff bodybuilders that have abs everywhere.
Or
dude
performance
skipped
strength versus
brain day.
functional strength.
I think that still leaves Ash to go to the chest, and Aganon
She
to go
got
to the chest.
her belt, and at the moment she doesn't really need anything else because she got her circlet of wisdom at that store and only just now remembered it. But I might try to change it out for another item later that maybe isn't broken.
Sure. So
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Aganon, did Mame?
Agonon's going to take the weekend to shop.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, because I don't know. Did I
quote-unquote
read this dagger or this belt out loud to anyone? Because it's pretty. I feel like it's kind of OP, but it's the Dragon's Truth belt. You get 8 Dragon's Tooth daggers inside of a belt of returning, and each dagger does 1d8 damage, including a Dragon's Breath weapon, which you have to figure out which breath weapon it is once you make contact with an attack by rolling a d8. And then that
Jesus.
figures out what the dragon effect weapon you're going to use, and then you do another 2d8 of damage of that effect.
What rarity is this listed at?
I don't know. It is a homebrew item.
That's pretty
What is-
sweet.
What is this item? Like the circle of wisdom is just ridiculous. It's just
It's broken. It's not working it's not working properly.
Yeah, it
if
is,
you read its description, it's just supposed to increase your wisdom and charisma by 2.
Yeah, each.
yeah. I was like,
It's
that's
doing a bunch of other stuff.
ridiculous.
I blame Craig.
Freaking
He wants
Craig.
us to be OP.
Fuck yeah, and he does.
As you guys are winding down, it sounds like, is everybody that wants to go to the chest have gone to the chest?
No, so Mame, the thinking about it is, right, doesn't really care about gold very much. Is pretty content with everything they have. But if I think about it, you know, the vicious hand axes could probably use an upgrade. They could be a little better. So I walk over and I put, just throw. All right, I gently, as if laying a newborn baby into the chest, lay down the 3 hand axes. And then dump in, I don't know how much gold, like 5,000, 10,000 gold, and close
You have
the
40, roughly.
to upgrade my things.
Yeah, everyone got 30.
Oh yeah, that's how much I
39.
got. Yeah, I have no idea how much an upgrade costs. So something like 10. We'll say 10,000 gold, and then I close the lid.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Any desires behind that? Like, obviously,
Just
you
make
say
them about
upgrade,
20% more awesome.
Just 20%. All we need.
God shakes his fist.
It's a quote, but yeah, I don't know.
Oh, from what?
My Little Pony.
Shit.
Again, this can be a weekend or a next session to figure out what that is. But if 10k is good to upgrade, then I will also upgrade
the Cloak of Doom and the Sneak with 10k, and then I'll throw it. I don't know how you upgrade the Bejeweled Great Axis of Justice, but I'll also do a 10k to upgrade that too. Those are the 3 items I'd like to upgrade. Or maybe I put all 3 of those items and then all of my 39,400, whatever it was.
Just to see what happens with all of them.
Yeah, make these better. Here's all my money.
Okay. You open the chest. All of the money is gone, and the items look more or less the same. But you have a sense that there's something about them.
Ooh.
Serious.
Slightly more shiny. There's a twinkle
Right.
at the point of the axe.
There's a new gemstone at the pommel or some shit. Big question mark. It's blurry and kind of has a question mark on it. Tune in next time.
With that, you guys would probably, oh, wait. See if I can find this. I knew I'd had one at one point. Here it is. You would see a puff of purple smoke appear amongst all of you, and then a camel appear, and Bob just like spit on the ground and go, we got a problem.
Sad.
I'm like, all right, I'm ready. And I'm like, let's go outside. And I pop myself outside of the pocket rocket.
I'll follow along. Wielding my spear. Probably just people we need to make friends with, right?
Totally.
Friendship.
Someone should leash Ezra.
That's so mean. Why would you
So he
say
doesn't ruin our
something?
friendship.
Just until we know if they are friends.
Well, they said we have a problem.
Oh, that's true. Doesn't even mean there's anyone out there.
So does
That's
that mean
fair.
we don't leash Ezra?
No, of course not. I was never gonna leash you. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Sit down. I hold Ezra's hand and I say, I will never cage anyone besides the things I've already caged. And I look at the automaton. Nothing living. I look at the skeleton monster. Really living.
Living its best life. I'll never cage anything living its best life.
I look in the biosphere at all the animals we've collected and I'll take care of the things that I... You know what? Never mind. I walk away.
They're not caged, they're domesticated.
Yeah, they're
free,
pet.
They're free roaming. They're free roaming.
Free range.
You guys. Oh, this is a good one. You guys poof out of the pocket rocket with it on the ground next to you, and as the purple smoke clears, you see a set of pillars off to either side, a total of 6, 3 on each side, with a flaming sigil on the ground.
Look at Faust.
What's the
Should
secret?
we teleport? Just go. We can see where we're going, right? Anyway.
Is there anything special or more descriptive about this?
Is there anything? Yeah, I'm sorry. Is there? Like, I did not visualize well what you described.
Oh, sorry. Let me
There's pillars and
move the vision.
We're moving.
Pillars and darkness.
Okay, that is
Darkness.
Darkness.
Move.
I can see my name. That's it.
Token. Token.
let's see the
Really?
thing. All right. What the fuck is that?
I cannot see anything except black nothingness.
I think it's because I used. Oh, that's on.
Darkness and the light.
Well, let me try this one thing too. Dynamic.
Darkness, my
Oh,
old
I've got to turn
friend.
this on. Yeah, I got to turn daylight on. There we go.
Blinded by the light.
Put on my helm and my cloak, and I pick up my axe. Ooh, this is fun.
Hmm.
Yeah, this
Ezra-
looks like a good time.
Ezra's just gonna go to the edge of it and sniff at it.
I look at Faust. You're a wizard.
Yeah, what? I want to attempt some. Ezra, sit your ass down.
That sounds like a fun
You
spell.
gotta yell that.
Arcana check. Figure out what the fuck I'm looking at. I'm pretty
Anyone
sure
were
Frank
to
was
look around,
Arcana
they would
instead.
see Aghanon already undercover, peeking out.
Undercover.
Combination Arcana and Detect Magic spell. I suspect the Detect Magic spell will just say very yes.
Yes.
Very
Teleportation. Yes.
23 to identify what we're looking at. 22, my bad.
Isn't this the entrance to Click Castle?
I mean, is there a castle in sight?
Did Ezra find the clit?
The castle seems to still be a little ways off, but it's now resolving into the cliff face that you could see from farther away, with a bit of smoke and a town rising nearby, out around the base of it nearby.
Look at
You-
Ezra and I wink. There's a town. That means
You-
people.
Snacks?
You know
Tasty people.
for sure that there is even though it's got a bit of reddish hue flames off of it, when you're looking at it in a magical sight, Faust, you see a greenish hue to those flames, meaning conjuration.
Ezra's still sniffing it.
Can I determine a purpose for it? Is it summoning is a devil about to show up here?
Down,
No, the
Georgia.
devil went down to Georgia. He's not here.
He's busy. Trying to get his fiddle back.
With your Arcana check, you can tell that if you mess with it, basically, it will summon something. Potentially a way to test the new items you got.
Maybe Sexy Satan.
Thanks, God.
Sexy
Ezra heard
Satan.
Do I touch it? He's looking at Faust. Do I touch it? Can I touch it?
Anything I can do
Bark
to
at it.
convince you to not do so?
Anything
But
what?
it's-
Is there anything I can do to convince you to not touch it?
But it's shiny. And it smells funny.
Yell at it.
You smell Ezra, by the way. Not only the ever so prevalent that of Axe body spray, but a bit of brimstone and molten glass.
Wait, is this the manager?
Hmm. Is there any food? Do I smell any food?
No.
He's not interested in it. No food. He's gonna, and then he's gonna go look at Franklin and go, "You're so shiny now, so shiny."
It will summon something if we interfere with it. I cannot say what. Do we want to engage, or do we want to simply traverse around it?
Ezra, smash it.
Ezra, I'm trying to make an informed decision with the lot of you.
It's not hard. You bring too big. You eat smash, no smash. Simple.
Do any of us recognize what the symbol is?
Drury or Arcana? Or religion. Whichever strikes your fancy.
I've got a higher history, so we'll go with that. Son of a bitch. 14.
History, fauna, or religion?
Yep.
Oh, fuck. +0. Okay. 6.
Um.
14
anyone-
for me.
Okay.
For
It
history.
sounds like those are the only ones that are rolling. I was waiting
Um,
before I went through.
I was muted. I have a high score in all three. Which one should I do? Religion? I'll do religion since I'm kind of a religion.
Aganon will also do something.
I mean, it's a
While
portal.
everyone's clustered around the scary portal, he's going to be investigating the pillars and seeing if there's any writing or markings or any indication about why they're even here.
Sure. Go ahead and roll an investigation.
Nope.
I didn't see Franklin's yet. Still, before I proceed.
One rolled the 21. I don't know why it's not going through.
Oh, no worries. The 20 with a 21 being the highest, it seems like too. You were quite certain this has to do with some of the lower levels, and seems to be a bit of not only a place of worship for some of those more feisty levels, like let me look back at that real quick. I have it in my
Place of
mind. But,
worship.
yeah. But my brain doesn't want to communicate. Like violence or bestial or genocide. You're not quite sure which one of those three, but it's relative to one of those.
Oh, those are all my favorite things.
Yeah, have fun.
And with the other role, you're gonna convey that, I'm guessing, is what you're gonna try to say.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I tell everyone this so that they can interact.
And as you're telling everyone that, Ash, you're pretty sure with a 14, our history check, that these seem to be from the sigils here seem to be from a book of summoning from more than likely the violence plane of hell.
Did we go to
okay.
violence?
We didn't go
And-
to violence, did we?
No, not yet. And
Although we've been very violent the whole time.
Somebody here has a kink.
Ezra likes violence.
This is that level of hell.
someone else got a 6 before Aganon too. I'm trying to. I think that was.
That was me. Yeah.
What was that in though again?
Religion.
Okay, so you kind of didn't know crap until Franklin said something, and then you kind of get like this aha moment, like, ooh, I could swing an axe, completely ignoring the sigil on the ground now. But it enticed by the idea, and Aganon, you're looking at the pillars, and you notice to some extent that there's something. There's nothing visible, but as you're kind of running your hand across it, you kind of get a sense of connection to that portal.
You feel the connection.
Choose violence.
Oh, maybe. Actually, I turned to Ash. I had someone call your parents the other day. Maybe this is them.
Oh. I suppose they could be pretty violent. In
Are
a
they from
political
hell?
way.
Mother, I crave
Nope. They are from the mortal plane.
Oh, maybe not then. Well, if anyone craves violence, push the button. And we shall have violence.
Oh
I should
no.
have said that.
Ezra touched the button.
Sorry,
The
guys.
button has been touched.
Sorry, not
Uh,
sorry.
we'll
Let's go.
do you
She
wanna
said,
guys wanna start
No,
that
it's
next
8 o'clock.
session?
Yeah.
Yes.
For
"Yeah,
rolling
Yes.
rolling
Y'all said-
initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's roll
Yes.
initiative next session.
All right.
Next time.
Ezra touched the
Maximum.
button. Ezra touched the button."
We're just wasting. Like, look at my clock. Really
You
gotta
ever
get
seen
out of
any-
here.
You know the scene
You
in Finding
get
Nemo where they're like, "Don't touch the butt."
Touch the
Of
butt.
That's what this was. We touched the butt.
Yeah.
Somebody said, "Do you crave violence?" Ezra's like, "Yes."
Do
Yes, I
you
did.
crave
How did you
violence?
know?
Always.
That's all you do. That's all you do.
you guys
Yeah.
do get a sense as it's as the camera's fading out, I guess. I'll leave it at this. Two things. Franklin gets a calming sense from their wasn't it who was your patron? Were you choosing yourself, or wasn't it the one from the book?
I kind of gave that. I threw that at you as a do with it what you will.
I don't know what you
I
mean.
threw it to you so that you could have like a plot hook if you wanted.
Yeah.
It's some sort of divine and undead entity that offered me a second life.
That's what I was just clarifying, because as the camera was fading,
Shit,
you
my
would
boss
get
is here.
you would get a sense you would get a sense of don't worry, we're working on it. And Ash actually would get a interplanetary message. It would almost actually appear in the sense of like you would flash into a white space very quickly after Ezra touched the portal, and it seems to only attune to you. Everyone else is just kind of paused around you, and your mother appears before you.
Oh shit. Oh, shit.
Called your mom.
Ash is gonna stand up, like straighten her spine and stand up to attention. And just be like, "Hello, mother." Kind of looking around.
Her fists are on her hips with her elbows out, and she just goes, "Where have you been, Missy?"
Look around.
Am I still like in a white space, or can I see her and then like kind of like ghostly, as in the world around me as well?
Yeah, there's when I said a white space, it was more of like for a second, and now you're kind of back into the space where you're at, but everyone has paused.
Oh, okay. So she asked where I am, and be like, well, you sent me out on my journey, and I got a little sidetracked, and I've been trying to make my way back to what you set me upon.
Well, the shit has really hit the fan up here. Not only have the neophytes been able to requisition some of our land, I was able to negotiate a way into their treaties, and I've been able to keep most of the important parts, but now the PNC has contacted me via some sort of I don't even know what to say. And now they're talking about not only linking us to other planets and destroying this one and remaking it in some sort of crazy image, but now I'm getting a message that my daughter, who's been gone, is in hell.
Well, that is where I am. And we have been slowly working our way through the levels of hell to make our way out. We're so very close. We're so very close. And yeah, there is a a faction trying to raise the world into something new, erasing the world as we know it. And I didn't think that was something that we wanted. She's speaking in deference to her mother and all of this because her mom set her onto these plots.
She kind of just she lowers her hands and then kind of turns her back and starts shaking her head and pacing in a circle. And she said, "Well, I didn't think it was something we wanted either." But and then she turns to you with her hand out. They are offering us a seat at that table in the remaking.
So this is the player asking the question. The seat at the table she's talking about, is she talking about the table that me and Franklin and the others sat at, the head table in that like God buffet bar?
Ash would get a sense of that, but she doesn't know what you're wouldn't get a sense of that. But I don't know. I know you're asking me. Hats off, but that's not a question you would know the answer to at this point. Even
this is not a question that Ash would know the answer to.
This is not a question that Jesse would know the answer to.
Oh, okay. Okay, but Ash would know because she sat at that table.
Well, I'm saying that could be your guys' presumption, whether it's Ash's or your own. But neither of you are confirmed whether or not that is the table that they were referring to. There might be a whole nother table that these gods have been working on in the meantime to set up in a way to replace the world as is.
Okay, so the gods are trying to tell us that we can be gods of our own planet, but they're secretly going to be puppeteering in the background. Okay. Again, Ash talking back to her mother. She's like, is this a seat at the table we want? We want to destroy this planet, this place that we've been working so hard to make.
Point of order. Sorry. Maniopolis has multiple times offered us the same thing. He's the evil god. If we break him out and undo all of the seals, then he would remake the world and we could be gods in it. And I believe he used the term "have a seat at that table."
And at that point,
okay.
In reality, there's just like because time has paused, a slap of duct tape comes out across your mouth.
Across Franklin's mouth.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
I'm going to convey that to my mother. Be like, we've had this offer offered to us before. A god came to us and asked us to help release him from his confinement so that he could destroy the world and remake it as he wanted. Is this the god? Did a god come to you with this request, or was it a faction?
I had received this in a letter of sorts from, like I'd said, the PNC. Professional necromancy cult. They're basically taking over Gargant as we know it.
Wow, things are really happening up there. I need to get to the surface so that we can discuss this in better detail.
Well, they did provide a rider inside of their letters to me that the first level and seal has been broken to hell. That's how they've been able to escape and prove their dominance on Tarth here.
So we just need to get to the first level of hell and we can make our way out of here.
They seem confident that anyone that can make it to the first level will be out of hell. Yes.
Okay. She's discussing this now, and now I'm pacing around, kind of walking back and forth, running my hands through my hair, and I'm like, I think we can get out of here. We are like steps away from this castle and talking to this demon queen of this level of hell.
I don't know as much about hell as you might think, daughter. But okay.
Don't worry, I can inform you as soon as I get out of here. But I'll be out of here as soon as I can, Mother. And we'll get back to our plan and we'll discuss this in detail, if this is something that we want.
I definitely want you back at my side, helping make decisions and running the kingdom.
That's what we're going to do. I don't know how to end this space call, but...
This is all the time that we had. I'm glad that we had this. I will convey to your father that you still live.
Thank you, Mother. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, fucking have fun. Bye.
Bye.
She just seems like frustrated that she's, confined to the kingdom and you're out having a ball. What you're catching as the undertone.
Oh yeah, I'm having a great time trying to escape hell. I mean, so far it's not been that bad, except that I'm in fucking hell. So I'm guessing that, the spatial, spectral, time halting call ends.
Yep, and combat would resume as you guys start next session.
Woo!
Oh!
Woohoo.
Good games.
Yay.
Yeah.
It's time to escape
Wait.
hell.
Let's get out of here.
Maybe blow up a cult on the way out because they're competition.
Competition.
Yes.
While we were long resting just before we go, did we finish that long rest or short rest, or how did that work?
So I kind of figured, I know that we were kind of running in between things here, but I figured each person that had time with the chest, in between that, everybody would have time to, long rest after or before, depending upon where they lined up in it. So yes, there was a long rest.
Okay, I would have rested and then shot off 2 dreams, short rested, and recovered those slots.
Indeterminate folks, or
1 to the Admiral, 1 to Grand Am.
Oh, okay.
Excellent.
I had to talk to the Admiral.
Dwarf just standing there with a big gulp.
Oh, I like you. Is that a sexy rat in your pocket?
Or are you just happy to see me?
He's my hetero life mate.
Right,
Perfect.
good times. With that, I am out.
Night, y'all.
Yeah.
Night. Good
Thanks,
session.
guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
Wait.
Good night.
Thanks.
Night.
A grand and wonderful thank you for those who took the time and made it here, to the end of the episode, where I know sometimes we are long-winded and others we are just dead silent. I don't know what to tell you. This is raw here, folks. Please remember to like and subscribe, and you can help support us just by listening. But you can also provide even more support, if you like, by going to Anchor FM page and following the support link there. If you do so, I will personally work in an NPC or an idea, whatever you'd like to hear played out. If you want, you can get a hold of us through one of our many options, including voice messages on Anchor FM, or DM to our Twitter, or any other social media that you can find us, YouTube, etc. You can share your ideas, otherwise listen for the shout out and thank you for making it through.